Hello, friends. We are going to talk about the holy connection between the mind and the body, the holy connection between the nature and the nurture, and how best we can balance the nature and nurture effect within our heart and mind, and strategies to stay young. Age is just a number. Age is just an unconsequential number. We have come across the people who are young at heart, jubilant, bubbling with energy at the age of 60 and 70, and I have come across many people in my classroom who are very young, but in his body, soul, communication, manifestation, they look very old. Let us discuss the small concept before we deep delve into the configuration of mind and body and strategies by which we can stay young, charming, and beautiful. I remember continuously talking about the iceberg concept of personality. Our personality has two components. One is visible, 1/4, and second is 3/4, which is very large and which is not visible. In organizational milieu and the social platform, the more we are able to understand the hidden part of the personality, we are in a better position to connect with those people. The more I know about you, the more you know about me, then the equation, interaction, personality configurations are great. Let us discuss some of the strategies. By understanding the self and the people's emotional mind, the idea mind, the logical mind, and the action mind. Unless we don't understand the four minds of other people, we are not in position to process the emotions, their emotions, and even our own emotions. जज्बातों की बात है, एहसासों की बात है। जिस दिन मैं तेरे जज्बातों को समझ जाऊंगा, जिस दिन मैं तेरे जज्बातों को समझ पाऊंगा, फिक्र न करो बेवफा, फिक्र न करो बेवफा, तेरी बेवफाई के बावजूद तुझे मोहब्बत बेइंतहा कर जाऊंगा. By getting to know the inner need of the people and self to take control, to convince, to conform, and to be consistent in one's thoughts and action. A very beautiful connotation, you see. It's very difficult to deal with and relate with the people who have the normal inconsistency. पल में तोला पल में मासा, उन लोगों से व्यवहारिक संबंध बनाना इतना आसान नहीं होता. But we always prefer to interact with the people who are mature and they have the stability in their personality. By taking care not to criticize people or even to avoid the tendency to advise them. Human tendency is to judge people. Even somebody has not completed their part of communication, we like a judge issue our verdict. We designate a person good or bad, and we live with a lot of biases and ready-made prejudices for many people. But in order to have better relationship, we have to understand the people and make effort and avoid the judgmental part as far as their personality is concerned. ख्वाबों में ही सही मेहमान रहने दो, ख्वाबों में ही सही मेहमान रहने दो, तुम मेरे हो, तुम मेरे हो, तुम मेरी हो, बस यही हर पल गुमान रहने दो. By learning to be sensitive to the people, different needs, and empathizing with their feeling. Maslow very rightly said that there is a hierarchy of the needs, and if we can connect a person at a particular stage of his age and mind, according to the available need at that moment, it is very important. To deal with a 40-year-old person in a very layman language will not satisfy his self-respect. You can do it with a very young person. प्यार मुकम्मल होता है, टुकड़ों में नहीं होता. प्यार मुकम्मल होता है, टुकड़ों में नहीं होता. वजह देखकर जो मोहब्बत करते हैं, वो तो बस व्यापार करते हैं. By developing the ability to ask proactive questions in order to gently search the mind of self and other, your interaction, your question, the way you penetrate into the other people's mind demonstrates your ability that how best you want to understand them, and in the process how best you can make them understand you. By respecting the differences with which we are all born as well as nurtured to communicate differently. I have said a number of times that we are all different people, we are all unique. All are the special edition of the God. If we accept a person, then we have to accept him as a package, with his follies, his strengths, his idiosyncrasies, his madness, and his love. फना क्यों न हो जाए मोहब्बत की दरो दीवार, फना क्यों न हो जाए मोहब्बत की दरो दीवार, एक चेहरा तो महफूज रखेंगे, एक चेहरा तो महफूज रखेंगे, बेवफा तुझे याद करने के लिए. By trusting the individual potential for everything with whom we communicate. We all have our quota of potential, our degree of competencies and skills, and before we interact with the people, we must understand them. We trust them. I always said, the biggest thing in relationship is the trust. And it is not only the trust, you have to make effort to make other person realize that you trust him or her. By believing that we can get our points of view across in a course of time, we must believe that we are in a position to convey what we want to convey. By cultivating an open mind to accept others' thoughts, feeling, and opinion, I think we are talking about the empathy. The more we understand the other people's thought, opinion, and the feeling, more effectively we will be able to generate a healthy, positive relationship. मेरी तमाम कोशिशें बेकार हो जाती हैं तुझे मनाने की, मेरी तमाम कोशिशें बेकार हो जाती हैं तुझे मनाने की. न जाने कहाँ से सीखी है, न जाने कहाँ से सीखी है तूने ये अदा रूठ जाने की. By ensuring that we do not end up converting idea opponents to become personal opponents. Ideas can be different, and I have always emphasized, let us deal with the facts, let us deal with the realities. But unfortunately, people, apart from dealing with the facts, realities, and statistics, people start dealing with the personality. Let us discuss some of the strategies to stay young, thereafter forever. Throughout this nonsensical number, this include age, weight and height, how let the doctors worry about them. That's why we pay to the doctors. Age doesn't matter. What matter is the jubilation, the vibration, and the thumping of your heart and the soul, and the way you vibrate with the other people. जिंदगी से क्या गिला उम्र का तकाजा था, जिंदगी से क्या गिला उम्र का तकाजा था, पहले उम्र ना थी सब कुछ करने की, पहले उम्र ना थी सब कुछ करने की, अब उम्र बाकी नहीं नहीं तजुर्बों की. Keep only cheerful and positive friends. The grouches, the pessimists, the negatives, pull down your spirits and drain your energies. Keep learning. Learn more about the computers, crafts, gardening, whatever, never let the brain idle. After being a classroom person, 3 years back when I started writing the poetry, I found that I have found an outlet to express my feelings, my heart. Even in a classroom situation, there are 10 to 20 small poems I share with them, and I don't share at the cost of my content and the inputs, but the people like it. When you are reciting a poetry in the classroom situation, I have noticed people connect with you more. And if you are that creative, maybe at the later stage, you can get rid of dementia, Alzheimer, and many diseases. My wife still says that when you will grow up, Sunil, you are an old person now, almost reaching to your age. And when I read or somebody else read your poem, I get the message that it is written by an 18-year-old. Enjoy the simple things. Never wait for the big things to come. वो छोटी छोटी बातें, वो छोटे छोटे किस्से, वो प्यार की गुफ्तगू, वो नोक झोंक बना देती है ज़िंदगी को सुहाना, बना देती है ज़िंदगी को सुहाना. तू पकड़ के रख मेरा हाथ, मोहब्बत मैं जता जाऊंगा. तू फिक्र न कर, तू मेरी हो जाएगी और मैं तेरा हो जाऊंगा. Laugh often, long and loud. Laugh until you grasp for the breath. I think laughing, humor is very important. I personally realized, and I still remember, one of the MD coming to my classroom and telling me, डॉक्टर साहब हंसते और हंसाते रहते हो, कुछ काम भी करते हो? And then one of the managers says, sir, हमें पता ही नहीं लगता, पूरा दिन बीत जाता है और इनके साथ और रहने का मन करता है. Today I share a small secret with you that for the last 18 years, I never took any computer in my classroom situation. I was managing my class on my own shoulders, just interacting with the people. And at time people used to say, sir, we don't understand who is the teacher in the class. We are discussing the concept, skills and competencies in such a way that you almost become the part of us and we become the part of you. The tears happen, endure, grieve and move on. सबकी ज़िंदगी में कष्ट दुख आते हैं, सफलताएं आती हैं, but don't get down by it. जब अच्छा वक्त बीत गया, जब अच्छा वक्त बीत गया तो बुरा भी बीत जाएगा. क्यों फिक्र करता है बंदे, वो है ना ऊपर, वो तेरा मेरा सबका खुदा सब अच्छा कर जाएगा. Surround yourself with what you love. The family, pets, music, plants. I am a gardening buff. Spend almost 2-3 hours in my terrace garden, tending to my plants, looking at the flowers, taking their photographs, and I enjoy the nature. Yes, I am talking about the interaction, that psychological intercourse between the nature and the nurture. Develop a habit to get closer to the nature. The more closer to you are the nature, more lively, more beautiful, more jubilant you are. इजहार मोहब्बत कीजिए मौका मिलते ही. इजहार मोहब्बत कीजिए मौका मिलते ही. वक्त निकल गया तो प्यार अधूरा नाकाम सा रह जाएगा. Cherish your health. If it is good, preserve it. If it is unstable, improve it. If it is beyond what you can improve, get help. A very old dictum, a healthy mind always stay in a healthy body. Try to keep yourself healthy. I sometimes fail to understand why people do not invest time in maintaining themselves. It's the push-ups, or it's the jogging, or it's the walking, or it's the aerobic, meditation, breathing, so many things. At least ensure that you are devoting at least 1 hour every day to maintain your psychological, emotional, and the physical health. Don't take the guilt trips. Instead of go to the mall, go to the party. It's a very, very important area. I'm talking about the guilt. What is guilt? It's the feeling of regret. मेरे से ये हो गया गलत, मैंने ये गलत कर दिया, अब क्या होगा? Excuse yourself if at all some guilt is there. Leave it and just pass out. नाकामियों से, असफलताओं से, और हर वक्त इस भावना से जीना कि मैं कुछ गलत हूँ will not going to improve your relationship with the nature. Tell the people that you love and love them at every opportunity. People don't understand and assume that you love them. You have to be expressive, communicative. Say that you love them. This will add to the proximity. This will add to the physicality. And this will add to the emotionality. People love to hear. Even I love to hear when somebody say, I love you. I care for you. I consider for you. I want to connect with you. And I am feeling happy when I am with you. बस इसी फितरत से हम जीते रहे. बस इसी फितरत से हम जीते रहे. लोग देखते रहे, नज़रअंदाज भी करते रहे, और हम उन्हें प्यार करते रहे. Thank you, gentlemen, for being with me. Today we have discussed certain strategies, how to be effective, how to stay young, bubbling with joy, and to ensure that you live a very beautiful, confined, joyful life. And one small secret: people want to connect with those people who are very joyful. Nobody wants to connect with the person who keep cribbing, weeping, criticizing, complaining. So be happy, stay young. Nice to be with you. Thank you very much. We will meet once again. Hi.